Hello, welcome back to It's What I Do. I thought I'd give you a little bit of an update. Not been a particularly good week this week. Stick around and I'll tell you what's been happening. Right, well, the first thing, we had a couple of really hot days this week, and I thought I'd take advantage of that and try and crank the temperature up in the pond to 30 degrees, which would have killed all the costia. Any costia that was in there, it would have killed it. I did it over 2 days, brought it up to 30 degrees, but what I didn't account for was the problems that we've had with parasites previously, and because of my lack of foresight, I lost one of my fish. I can only think it was my fault, because I cranked the temperature up, and I think he might have had damaged gills, and unfortunately with the increased temperature, less oxygen, although there's 60 litres a minute of oxygen going into the pond, and as you know, it isn't a massive pond. But anyhow, I came home from work and read a note from the missus, and she'd left on the table telling me that I'd lost one of the fish. Came down and sure enough, he was dead. I wasn't 100% sure, so I put him in a net and I suspended him into the middle of the pond near to the airlines, and unfortunately he was dead. He didn't come round, so yeah, lost a fish. So I'll leave a little bit of a clip of videos of him, so you can see which one I'm talking about. And I'm really gutted, because he was a lovely fish. But yeah, that's that. Next up, the goldfish have decided to spawn again, and the female concerned is battered to bits, absolutely mullered. It didn't help that she must have gone up into the trench that I've got around the side of the pond to rest, and one of the cats grabbed her. Luckily, the cat took it straight indoors and dropped it on the mat indoors. So the wife again found that, managed to get her back out in the pond, but she's really not doing well. She's got virtually no scales left on her, and she's completely battered. So I don't know whether she's going to survive or not. So yeah, that's the second bad thing that happened in the week. Move on to some good stuff. What have I been doing today? Well, I've finally got the second upflow filter sorted out. Let's have a look. Turn you around. Open the cabinet, and there we go. There's the second upflow filter. Look at the difference in the colour on the media. I mean, this one's only been running I don't know, 3-4 weeks, something like that. And this one's obviously new today, but look at the difference in colour. It's quite amazing. So this K Plus media does seem to mature quite quickly. Obviously, like that's just staining on there that you can see. That's not necessarily an indication that there's a good colony of bacteria on there. but normally when they discolour like that, it is a good sign that you've got a colony of bacteria. So yeah, K Plus media works really well. So yep, got the second upflow filter going. It's a little bit different to the other one. I haven't put a tap on the top because I don't need one. It doesn't matter if air gets into this pipe because it just goes into the normal filters. So consequently, I've not needed to put an air valve on the top, which made it quite a bit cheaper. You saw on one of the other videos where I've managed to get this sorted out, the pump, so that's alright. But yet again, I had problems with the solvent weld joints going, and I've never had problems with those. I've never had problems with solvent weld joints leaking. So I think the solvent weld that I've got isn't a particularly good one. I can only put it down to that. There was no reason for it not to seal properly this time. It wasn't done in hot temperatures like this one. I mean, this one was done in quite warm weather, so it was quite likely that the solvent weld dried before it actually made a bond. But this one wasn't. This one was done in quite cool weather, so there was no reason why it shouldn't have made a bond, but it still leaked. Had to take it off and mess about with it again. Probably still got a little bit of a leak, but enough that I can live with it. So yeah, that's up and running, and hopefully over the next couple of weeks I should see a massive improvement on what rubbish is going into the main filters. So I'm quite pleased with that. Had to modify my half shelf. I think I showed you on the other video that I've got a shelf and I cut it in half so that I can put it either side. Well, with both of them in there, I couldn't get it in or out, so I've had to round the corners, back corner on this side, front corner on that side, so that I can manoeuvre it and get it in. But it ain't going to need to come out very often. I have got one little change that I'm going to make when they come. I showed you the stainless steel plates that I bought for the bottoms. Well, I've got two more coming, and I'm going to change the tops on these as well, because I'm quite impressed with them. They are quite good. So yeah, that's state of play in there in a moment. So the video's not going to be a massively long video. I'll give you a quick channel update while I'm at it. I'm up to 733 subscribers, and I think the watch time is somewhere around 1,500 hours. So that's still quite a long way to go on that. I know I've been doing a lot of pond videos lately, and for those of you that subscribe to the channel for any of the other stuff, I apologise, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. The pond videos, people do seem to like them, but obviously not everybody's going to want to watch them if they subscribe for doing like the mechanics on the Vivaro or something. So I've still got the braking system to do on the Vivaro, and hopefully I should be able to get that done in the next few weeks. I've got a week off coming up towards the end of the month, so hopefully I'll be able to get quite a bit done during that time. Next weekend, today is the 12th, Sunday the 12th. Next weekend, next Sunday, we're going to the air show at Duxford, which should be quite good. I'll see whether I can get some footage on that. These little action cameras are not particularly good for doing footage of things that are a distance away, so we'll see what I can get with that. Might be able to get some footage on my phone. Might use my phone for a change. Yeah, so that's next weekend. The weekend after that, we've got the koi show down in Detling in Kent, which will be interesting. Be interesting to see how many people go to that. I know quite a few of the YouTubers are going to it, so that'll be interesting. Yeah, so not really much else happening at the moment. Work's a bit tough at the minute. A couple of other things that are quite a long way off in the distance, but I'm hoping eventually to get an IBC tank, so that I can use it either as a hospital tank or a fry tank or something like that. Just another aspect of the hobby. So yeah, hopefully, I don't know whether it'll be this year because I am so broke, it's unreal. But yeah, hopefully as soon as I can afford it, I'll get an IBC tank and we'll do a little series of me setting that up. So that'll be interesting. At the moment I'm topping the pond up again, where I've been working on these upflow filters. I obviously flushed out quite a lot of water. So yeah, I'm just coming towards the end of topping up the pond. So I'll show you that in a minute. Koi still haven't bred on the pine tree stuff. Yeah, they still haven't done that, and they're still chasing around. The only ones that seem to be breeding are the goldfish, and they're not using that. They're using the roots off of one of the plants in the margin. So, at the moment, we've got the kahaku sitting there eating all the eggs out of there at the minute because it can reach them now. Yeah. I'm going to need to do another scrape soon because getting quite a bit of flashing, so I need to have a look at that. I couldn't do a great deal while the aquaflavin was in the pond, but yeah, that's finished now. I might give it another dose of aquaflavin, I don't know, because that might help that little battered goldfish. We'll have to wait and see. Here we go, so I've topped the pond up. I'll just turn the air off so you can see the fish. They all seem to be doing fine. So that poor little battered goldfish is down there at the moment. Don't know if you can see her. There's probably too much reflection there. And she's down there at the moment and she's battered to bits. Poor little thing. I wouldn't be surprised if I lose her. But she's still doing okay at the moment. She still swims around every now and again. Yeah. Unfortunately, I run out some of the Evolution Aqua food, so I'm having to use some of the other old food that I've got, and that's creating quite a bit of waste in the pond, which you don't get with the Evolution Aqua stuff. So yeah, I need to try and save my pennies and get some more of that. Although we're getting towards the end of the year now, it'll be coming up to winter soon, and they'll be going on to the 100% wheat germ one, instead of mixing them like I do at the moment. So yeah, that's the pond, and that's going to be about it. I know it's a shortish video, just the way things are at the minute. Right, I will catch you on the next one, and if you're going to the Detlin show, I'll see you there. Cheers, bye for now.